Good morning, YouTube. Mochismo Eugene. Another video from Exit Strategy. Welcome. Today I want to talk to you guys about how when you're with a narcissist, it's like essentially adopting another child or acquiring another child added to the family. And we actually can look at it as daddy daycare or mommy daycare. Because, as you know now that you're awakened, the narcissist is essentially very childlike in their behavior and their whole demeanor. Looking back, it is like leaving your child in another room when they're toddlers. Say you're doing the dishes and you have your little toddler in the next room. There's no wonder why they make those plastic inserts that you can put inside of the outlets to prevent children from putting their fingers in there, putting knives, forks, spoons, anything with a sharp edge inside of the outlet, thereby shocking themselves. And say you're in the living room, you're folding clothes or whatever you're doing, you're straightening up, and you have them wander off. And we're talking about the toddler. And you take this analogy, and I want you to visualize this being the narcissist, because it's equivalent to the narcissist. You're in the living room folding clothes, and you somehow get all into what you're doing, and you realize little Johnny or little Susie have wandered off into the next room. You have to keep your eye on the narcissist all the time. Looking back, you didn't know that you were babysitting them because their behavior was so mysterious and unpredictable. They caught you, it blindsided you because you're so busy going on about your life and being normal as you possibly can. And you think when you acquire this person in your life, say you're struggling. We'll go back to the toddler in a little while. You're struggling and you meet this person, and they actually, they don't define who you are, but you feel like you found someone that understands life and the process of life. This is all an illusion that you and I have deceived ourselves into, first and foremost, because this is something new to us. If we knew that was a deceitful person on the surface, when we met them, we wouldn't be having this conversation, but that's neither here nor there. So you meet this person, you think they are going to complement what you have already inside of you. Throughout all your struggles in life, you finally say, wow, this person is not that well put together. They seem like they share struggles and obstacles in their life, and so that's where we have a commonality at. I think we can grow together. We can make all of our losses and turn them into wins now, working together. But these people are counterproductive to everything you're doing in your life when you meet them. We just don't know it. They are steadfastly sabotaging everything that you do and everything that you're planning to do, because you're telling them and you're confiding with them and letting them know your aspirations, your goals for the future. And what you don't know is that they're doing anything but sharing in that future with you. Sorry guys, my Osmo is doing something crazy. Sorry. So back to the kid. You look up and you say, man, little Johnny or little Susan has wandered off into the kitchen. They are the child that, if left alone, they essentially will go on up under the cupboard in the kitchen and start drinking the bleach and the Lysol and the old English furniture polish. They'll be up under the cupboard, opening and tearing things up. They'll have the comment all over their face like baby powder. They will, because little toddlers put things in their mouth. And this is the narcissist when you meet them. Say you have wine or alcohol in the house and they are a drinker. They will essentially go hog wild with that free stuff. This is essentially like a kid going up under the cupboards, getting into all kinds of stuff. You have to watch the narcissist every minute of the day. And what I mean by that is you're picking up their slack. They're making a lot of mistakes. They're counterproductive from the get-go. I've said that. So knowing this that they're counterproductive now that we know, you can look back and see that everything that you was doing in and of yourself, you were trying to do the best you could, and in hopes that they were doing their part wherever they were at that moment. But then you would find yourself having to stop what you're doing at the house to come to pick John up because he's ran out of gas, or he's stuck on the side of the road, or he needs you to pick up something at the pharmacy because he doesn't have time. He'll tell you he has so much important things to do, and like your life really doesn't matter. But you don't understand at this point that it's strenuous on you. You kind of do, but you don't, because what helps you dumb it down is that we're a team. And this is what teams do. If my teammate is injured, I help him off the field. If I need to cover defense for him, I'll cover defense for him. And so when you do this stuff, you actually are picking up not just their slack, you are actually taking on every responsibility that they in themselves don't want to take responsibility for. You just don't know it. And this kid up under the cupboard, you come home, and this adult child, narcissist, they have gotten themselves into all kinds of stuff in the garage. The garage is just in disarray. He's out there sanding stuff in the garage with the kitchen door open, allowing all the sand, sawdust, and the fallout that should have been contained in the garage. It's all in the kitchen. The dust. It's all on your pans and your pots. It's on the sink. It's so thick you could wipe it off with your finger, and almost an inch thick. Maybe not an inch, but you can, and dare you say, why didn't you shut the door, John? They will make you feel bad about the fact that you just made sense out of something. You just spoke rational about a situation that wouldn't have taken but a second but to shut the door. You'll find yourself wiping that counter, cleaning pots, and you come home tired from a day's work, and all you want to do is rest and relax. They've already put a whole bunch of stuff, a to-do list, on you, unbeknownst to you. But you're silent. It's a team sport. You don't want to seem like that person that's not being a part of the team. You want to be a team player. And so you find yourself picking up their slack. It is just so much insidious stuff going on with these people, man, until you just could not really truly capture it in one setting. This is why we'll always have so much to talk about with regards to this demon-possessed individual that creeps upon the earth, seeing who he may or she may devour. They just are obsessed with chaos. They are obsessed with chaos. It was raining this morning, guys. I was going to be out a little earlier, but I decided to wait until the rain subsided. It was just drizzling, but I didn't want to get sick, so it's supposed to be in the 50s here today. I don't see it right now. Someone said it was in the 40s already. We'll see what happens. I'm going to enjoy it. Doesn't matter what. I'm not going to spend time waiting on the weather to cooperate with me. Weather doesn't need my permission to do what it does. So you adopt a child when you deal with these people. You just don't know it. And you're constantly having to manage them. And it ends up being micromanaging, believe it or not. Subconsciously, this is what you're doing. You're micromanaging these people. This thing has a mind of its own today, but anyway. The message is the most important thing. So, daddy daycare, mommy daycare, you're just watching these kids in adult form do their thing. And if you have kids and you have responsibilities that you have for the kids, I remember one time this narcissist that I'm still married to, covert as she is, lazy sloth, you find that out, and you knew it before, but it is what it is. You just didn't know the totality of it, and you did, but you pass it off. I remember times where I would be working, doing landscape, and I would be pressed, and it would be almost time to pick the kids up, and I really didn't want to be late picking them up, because this is during a time where I'd gotten custody of them, I believe. Yeah, I had custody of them. But I just didn't want to not be able to be on point. Because fathers, unfortunately, you don't have that many mistakes to make when it comes to showing good parenting as a father, as you would as a mother. And that's just the way it is. This is no insult to the women. This is just the world we live in. Accept it. I'm going to always tell the truth. And there are men that could do a lot better as well, but we don't. I'm not going to wait for those guys to do what they got to do. I'm just going to do me. Be a mentor to the world, I guess. And you would I would say, hey, I'll give her a call and I'll say, hey, can you grab the kids from school? I'm kind of tied up on this job and I don't want to have to leave and come back to it. I'm almost done. She would immediately say to me, oh man, why you can't pick them up? Just that in and of itself, a blended family or a merged family, when you meet someone and they have a kid, you have kids, this is what you do. It's not burdensome. It's not a problem. If it is, you politely say, I wish you had told me earlier, I'm out over here, I'm doing this or that. Or I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll go get them if you can't. You'll give an explanation. Because you ain't deliberately trying to make that person feel like you're insensitive and you don't want to help take care of the responsibility that is both of you all's. And so she say, oh man, why you can't do it? And so I said, what's the problem? Why you can't pick the kids up? Why is that such a big deal? All right, I'll pick them up. Why you can't get them? That's kind of that's exactly what she said. Oh man. Like a little kid. Like a little kid. And so, this is what you got to deal with, guys, when you're reflecting back. And there's no way around it. You should reflect. You should unpack all of these things progressively as you're healing. You should be able to, when those thoughts hit you, they are coming back to your mind to serve you in a way that is a big part of the healing. That's God allowing you to reflect as you introspect on you, where you're going from here, where you were with them, and how you avoid that situation in the future. Because it is nothing short of a roller coaster ride when you're dealing with those people. Those things that you reflect on will directly impact the healing, because we're not doing out of sight, out of mind. You can't avoid these thoughts coming to you. They come to you to serve you. Everything that you experience, past, present, and future, is supposed to serve you, not in an egotistical way. It's going to serve you for the greater good. Your eyes and ears and your perception and intuition, all those things have to constantly be on the same plateau. They have to be in conjunction, because if they're used in conjunction together, it's like the oil running through the cylinders of a car, making all the pistons and the cylinders move equally in unison, in harmony. It's going to make your life a lot more balanced. Of course, prayer is that icing on that cake. That's actually the main ingredient too. From start to finish. If you can't will yourself and bring yourself the strength to pants are dragging, guys. If you can't bring yourself to muster up the strength, the courage, and the tenacity to do that thing, which is prayer, dependence on God to guide you and educate you and show you and humble yourself as you're doing this. If you can't bring yourself to doing that, this is what's going to make it hard. But when these thoughts come, they're going to come to you to serve you. And so when they do come to you to serve you, be served by them. You're the guest at the table. The hostess comes, which is the Spirit of God, and He lays something before you. Feast on it. Appreciate it. Show your appreciation. Take it, digest it, so it can be nourishment to your bones, your body, your mind, your soul, and your spirit. I was telling my kids the other day, I've never been so happy in my life. I don't think I've ever been this happy in what I would say is in a consistent, real way. You know, sometimes we get happy, you get a paycheck, you get happy when you get some kind of money, or you get happy when you make the shot, you get happy when you get a deal in the store. You have moments of happiness. But let's take all those things away. Just waking up every day, appreciating me as a human being that is both enlightening and aware of what is actually going on in my world around me. In such a way that at first it perplexed me. I had a little bit of disdain, had a lot of emotions going on. But the excitement that I have in knowing that what I encountered, as many people have, I was able to gain awareness from it and see that life is beautiful. Life is a very beautiful thing to be had. And I love sharing stuff with other people in a real way. It's not to get along, to go along. It is because this is something that we know in our world. It is so atrocious till the church didn't teach us. No public speaker taught us. No motivational speaker told us. This essentially was dropped in our laps, and in a way where we couldn't have seen it any other way. It had to be this way. And so I'm grateful for that, and I'm happy about waking up every day knowing that my life is essentially not my own. I'm supposed to go about my life serving others as best as I can in the way that God allows me to do it. And looking back, I thought before I was that person with a servant attitude. In that mechanical sense anyway. But now it's so autonomous, it's so fluid. I told somebody one time, I said, when you're talking to somebody about God, you should be able to talk to them almost like breathing. You shouldn't have to say, hold up, let me take a breath. Okay, now where was I? You don't have to do that when you're talking about God, because if God is flowing in your life in a real way, like He is mine, I have setbacks all the time in which I'm the culprit because I don't do the thing that I know is fundamentally beneficial to my growth. But again, I don't beat myself up about it. I don't allow, like the church did, you go and confess and say something to them. They want to call you into a prayer meeting. They want to pray over you, lay their nasty, filthy hands on you. They want to do all this gobble, 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 gobble. And I speak in tongues. I've been given the gift of tongue. I'll tell you this. It's not something I dote on as being making me special than someone else. I just believe it's something that's given by God. He said all good gifts are given from above. So if you've been enlightened with any type of gifts of encouragement, which I also think God has given me that as a gift. You know your purpose, you know your worth, you even know your gifts once you've been awakened. Because obviously, if you're awakened from a narcissist, you're gifted. You're gifted even in that. So my whole principle point for this video was just showing you where you essentially adopt another kid. It's like oh man, I stepped in that, got my Crocs on, and I stepped in the water. It's like this Crocs got holes in them. Probably do. Oh well. Well guys, I was about to end the video anyway. I don't have any perks on a different platform. My perks happen on the go, so maybe in future you'll get perks. You get different things that I'm doing. Sidebar, but in the meantime, bless.